Okay, we're live. You can talk now.
Okay,
I
we're live now.
wanted him to see the faces you were making at me, you know, threatening to go on air looking like. So I went on air with it, just so everybody in the world could see the things I have to deal with.
Today,
My suffering, my agony.
but it's every day.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the Vapor Lady Lounge. I'm Terry.
And I'm Doyle.
This is Doyle. If you've seen our show before, then you also know about Jill. And you also know about lovely Ray Ray, who's in the room with us. It's good to see him. My husband is an excellent cook, by the way. The reason he has this wonderful hair and beard and such is he's a living history reenactor. So he portrays a person from the, say, anywhere from the 1700s up until, well, maybe even into the 1600s, because he could portray Spaniard too, you know, or British, or German shoulder, Hessian. But he's done all this, and he's a black powder shooter, and he also throws tomahawk.
I throw a lot of tomahawk.
And he's a world champion in both areas, so I'm very proud of him. And he has taught that for many years for free to kids who come to historic events. And then he also has a kitchen under canvas where we cook and make wonderful food, and we feed everybody in camp. It's a wonderful, wonderful way of life. Yep. He's a wonderful person. I'm so glad that I have him, because I'm a very driven kind of proactive woman, and I don't do a lot of, like, I don't know what to call it, maintenance. You know, I take care of myself. I'm very soldierly. I pack light. I live light. I move fast. I, you know, conquer places of employment, and you know, have my will with them, and have good careers and stuff. And Doyle came along, and he was like, you know, hey, why don't you get back to like what you were like when, you know, you were a kid? Because I grew up in the woods, and I grew up in a very historic part of the world.
I told her I had lots of white houses all over the country and lots of dough, and she believed me.
And he did. Because he makes fry bread.
I make fry bread.
Yes.
Red dough, that is.
Mm-hmm. Historic fry bread. He's right behind me. See, look.
Yep.
There he
right
is.
Here. Yeah.
Look, I can crush his head. Well, I gotta look at the screen.
Oh,
there
no,
we go. There we go.
No.
Yeah. So he's right there.
Yes, I am.
Yep. Well, he reminded me that there was more to life than I wanted so much. The reason I'm doing this is so that my husband and I can slow down being on the road, which we're very successful at, but we want to slow down. And so that we can also do something together that we enjoy, which is helping people, because that's what we do as living historians. And vaping turned out to be the perfect thing, and everybody we talked to, we'd end up ordering them kits from somebody else. Every time I made a video about it, I was selling them for somebody else, and then we finally said, you know what, we're just going to order it, keep it on hand ourselves, because nobody was keeping this stuff in stock back then either. And it's been really nice, because it's been like a small army of vapors who learned right off the bat what the good equipment was. And I get emails every day from people who say, you know, yeah, I got a protein, and I really like it. And of course there's always somebody who doesn't, but you know, that's just personal taste, you know, or there's a clinker made every once in a while. But for the most part, it's been just wonderful watching people turn from being smokers into vapors, and actually getting the advice and everything they needed to really enjoy themselves. You know, it's quite the experience.
Yeah, I had a neat couple I've known for 10, 15 years anyhow, and I was down at an event, and they knew I was going to be there. And so what they did, they drove 100 and some miles to come down to the event to get a starter kit from us. And got them set up with some juice and everything else, and they were just happy. I just got hugs and more hugs, and a lot of thank yous. What was that new battery oil? Oh, this is a new SID, and they're just fantastic. Terry's got one in her hand. I think she's got the big one. She's got the 18650, and I've got the smaller 18350 in my hand. And it's variable wattage, variable voltage, and it is fantastic. What I find, I mean, I've got a couple Vamos and like, and I really like them. They're a lot heavier. This is a real nice ergonomic piece. I mean, it fits in your hand just nice. It's lightweight. And what I find with it, the frequency on the Vamo, you can hear it as you're hitting the button on it. It's kind of going bzzz, almost like a 60 cycle hum. And it seems to me like that the SIDs have a higher frequency, and it's instant power. There's no lag, there's no buildup. It just runs. And right now I think I got some AO in here, Murdoch's juice. And like I said, it's just wonderful. Wonderful. And like I said, I've got a Pro Tank on it, the old style Pro Tanks, and I really love them. I don't have any problems with them. And like I said, I'm hard on things. I throw them in the dirt. They end up in my pouch. They end up in my pocket, end up in my aprons. They get full of flour, everything else. And heck, I just clean them up a little bit, and they take right off and run again. No problem. Mm-hmm. Well, it's like the other day when I wanted one of the SIDs. And I told Terry, I says, you know, I've been using hers. And I said, well, I think I need one of these. I said, but you make the decision whether it be a pink one or a blue one like this. And she says, well, what do you want? I said, no, you just give me the one that you want to give me. And like I said, believe me, it takes a real man to wear pink and still know he's a real man, and I'm a real man. So it wouldn't have made any difference. Yes. Everybody just went, oh, what do you got? And then I could have explained it to him.
He also will wear my dresses at historic events when they have like men's night out. The men dress as women and stuff, and he actually has a fine figure. Looks good in a corset to this day.
And they keep you upright. They do.